Hello all, welcome to Champion Mindset Education. In today's video, we'll learn about perimeter and area. How to find out the perimeter and area of the given shapes. Okay, so let's start first with perimeter. What is perimeter? Perimeter is nothing but the distance around the edges of the given shape. Let's see how to find out the perimeter of few shapes. First, we'll start with rectangle. So for rectangle, we know this is the length of rectangle, this is the breadth of rectangle, and the two sides of rectangle are always of same length. So breadth is similar of the same length, and here length. Okay, what is perimeter? Perimeter is nothing but the distance around its edges. So we can say for this rectangle, the perimeter is equals to length plus breadth plus breadth. Okay, I can say 2 times length plus 2 times breadth, or 2 times length plus breadth. This is the perimeter of the given rectangle. This is how you find out the perimeter. This is the formula for perimeter, which is very simple. Let's do an example. Suppose this is the rectangle and its length is 10 centimeter and its breadth is 3 centimeter. Okay, so how we can find out? We know the formula for perimeter. Perimeter equals to twice of length plus breadth. Okay, so we can say 2 times 13, and that is 26. Now we have to write the unit here, centimeter. These are given in centimeter, so it is centimeter. If it's given in meter, then it will be meter here. Kilometer, kilometer, depending on whatever is given in the given figure. This is how we find out the perimeter of rectangle. It's very simple. 2 times length plus breadth gives the perimeter of rectangle. Okay, now let's see how to find out the perimeter of square. So this is square. Suppose we know all sides of square are of same length. Okay, so if I have to find out the perimeter of this square, what I can say is perimeter of this square equals to, I'll just add all the sides of the square, and we know that all the sides of the square are same length. So it is 4 times a. I can say I will do the whatever the length of its edge, I will multiply it by 4, and that will give me the perimeter of square. So suppose, take an example. This is a square and one of its sides is 4 centimeter. Now how we can find out perimeter? Perimeter equals to 4 into its side, that is 4 4 is 16, and that is 16 centimeter is the perimeter of this square. Okay, this is how we find out the perimeter of the square, which is very easy. It's just multiplying it by 4, or you can even add to it 4 times. That gives the perimeter of the square. Perimeter is nothing but addition of all the sides, addition of length of all the sides, that gives us the perimeter. Similarly for triangle, the sides can be unequal. All sides can be unequal. We can have triangle where 2 sides are equal and 1 is unequal. Okay, so suppose this is the sides of triangle. How we can find out perimeter? This a plus b plus c. Okay, and suppose this is like for any triangle, it's given this is 10 centimeter, this is 3 centimeter, and this is 2 centimeter. So how we can find out the perimeter? Perimeter equals to 10 plus 3 plus 2, that is 15 centimeter. This is the perimeter of this triangle. This is how we find out the perimeters of the given shape. Okay, in exams they can give you any shape, they can draw any figure, and they can ask you to find out the perimeter of the given figure. So suppose or even different type of examples wherein they have given the perimeter, and they can ask you the value of any of the sides. So suppose this is an example. Let's take one. Here what they have given is, this is of 6 centimeter, 5 centimeter, 5 centimeter, and this side they have not given us. They have asked us that the total perimeter of this figure is 30 centimeter. and we have to find out the length of this side. What we know is perimeter is nothing but the addition of all the edges, all the sides of the given figure. So what we can say is here perimeter is equals to 5 plus 5 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus the here question mark, right? So we know 30, we know the total perimeter, it is 30, and now we can add this 5 plus 5 10, 15, 15 plus 6 that is 21 plus 4 that is 25 plus this x remains as it is. Now how we can find out, as here we know we can here it's in addition. If we need to find out the value of x, we need to move it this side, and if we are moving it on the opposite side of equal to, that will change its sign. So in this case we can say x equals to 30 minus 25. It will go in this side, the sign will change from addition to subtraction, and now x equals to 5. Okay, x equals to 5 centimeter. This is how you find out the perimeters. This type of sums are asked in exam, where they have given the total perimeter, they have given the value of few of its sides, and they can ask you to find out the length of that particular side. Similarly, different types of figures wherein suppose these are all of same length, they can give you the value of this side 2 centimeter. Okay, this is 6 centimeter again, this is 8 centimeter, and this is 1, and they might ask you to find out the perimeter of the given figure. Now what we have is we have the length of all of its sides, but to find out the perimeter we should know the length of this side. Okay, how you can find it? We know from here till here it is 2 centimeter. We can see that if this is 8 centimeter, this is also 8 centimeter. Okay, now we just need to find out the value from here to here. And how we can find out? It's given it is 2 centimeter here, 2 centimeter. So the total length of this side is 8 plus 2, that is 10, plus 2, that is 12. So this is 12 centimeter. This is how you need to find out the length of the sides. You just have to concentrate on the figure. In the figure itself they might have given values somewhere. We just need to find out how we can get the value of that side. Once you have the value of all the sides, it's very easy. We just need to add it and get the perimeter of the given shape. Okay, so this is how we find out the perimeters. Now let's move to area. Finding out the area is also very easy. Okay, now let's start with rectangle only first. We know this is the length and this is the breadth of rectangle. What is the formula to find out the area of rectangle? Area of rectangle equals to length into breadth, square unit. Okay, area of rectangle is length into breadth. That is what the formula is for finding out the area of rectangle. So suppose for a rectangle, its length is given 10 centimeter and breadth is given 3 centimeter. So how you can find out the area? We know area equals to length into breadth, that is 30 square, and what is the unit here? Here it is centimeter. So it is 30 square centimeter. This is how we find out the area of rectangle. The formula is length into breadth square unit. Don't forget to put the unit value. It's very important. Don't forget to put the unit. You should put the unit always whenever you are finding out the area or perimeter for the given figure. Okay. Now let's see for square. For square we know all sides are equal. So for square the formula for area is side into side. So that we can say A into A here, square unit. Okay. So for suppose for any square, one of its side is 4 centimeter, then area will be 4 into 4, that is 16 square centimeter. Okay. This is how we find out the area of a square. If you know one side of the square, it's easy. You just have to multiply it twice, or you can find out the square. So suppose we can also say this as 4 square if you know the concepts of square. So if the length of side is 6 centimeter, we can say area equals to 6 into 6 or 6 square, that is 36 square centimeter. Okay, so this is how we find out the area of square. It's very easy. It's just twice the length of its side. Okay, 2 times the length of its side. Now how to find out the area of rectangle? For rectangle, the formula to find out the area is half of base into height. Okay, what it is? Half of base into height. Okay, you know what is base now? Base is this part of the rectangle. Okay, this is the base of the triangle. I'm sorry, this is the base of a triangle. And what is height? Sometimes this type of mistakes are done by students. These are not the height, these are the sides of triangle. These are not the height of triangle. To find out the height of triangle, you need to put a perpendicular line, a 90-degree line on the base, and that gives the height of the triangle. Now this part is the height of the triangle. A perpendicular line, a 90-degree line on the base gives the height of the triangle. This is very important here. So the height area is half of b into h. Okay, let's understand with an example. Suppose this is triangle, okay, and its base is 10 centimeter and the height given is 6 centimeter. Okay, how we can find out the area? We know area of is half into base into height. Okay, so this we can divide, that is 5, that is 5 into 6, and that is equals to 6 5 is 30 square centimeter. So finding out the height, knowing the height is very important to find out the area of triangle. These are not the height. These are not the height of triangle. The height of triangle is a perpendicular line to its base. You should know the height of triangle to find out the area of a triangle. Okay, so these are the formulas for finding out the area of rectangle, that is length into breadth, square, that is side square, and triangle, that is half of base into height. Okay, now let's take one of the sum which are asked in exams. So one of the sum, like suppose this is a square box and it's divided into multiple square of same size internally. Okay, sorry. Okay, now the question is, they have given us the length of one of a side of the square. These are all the square and are of same length and are of same length. Okay, what they have done is they have colored particular part of this squares. So this all part is colored. And what they have asked is, they have asked us to find out the area of the colored part. Okay, to find out the area of the colored part. How we can do that? We know the length of one of its side, and these all are of same length, same size. Okay, and if we know the length of one of the side, we know how to find out the area of a square. Area of a square is side into side or side square. So that is here 2 into 2, that is 4 square centimeter. Now we know the area of one square here. So for one square we know the area is 4 square centimeter. Now we have to find out the area of the colored part here. How we can find out first we need to check how many squares are there in the colored part. So how we can check that? In this figure, this part, this is one square, this is second square, third square, fourth square. Now this part here, the square is divided into half, the square is divided into half. These two are half of square, together that will make one square. This is 5, similarly 6, similarly 7, and similarly 8. So the total number of squares in the colored part are 8. They are all of same length, same size. If we know the area of one square, then we can easily find out the area of 8 square, and that will be 8 into 4, and that is 24. So area of colored part is 24 square centimeter. These types of sums are asked in exam, wherein they will give you figure, they'll colored few part, and they can ask you to find out the area of that part. They can ask you to find out the area of uncolored part. Okay, this type of questions are asked generally in exam. Okay, especially if you are giving Olympiad exam, then this type of exams are sums are asked there. Okay, that's all for perimeter and area. I hope you have understood from this video. If you are liking my